Okay, welcome back to Day Trade Like a Pro. It's Monday, June 28th. Let's go see how things played out on the S&P 500 today. So, given the way the day went, I went ahead and changed this chart to just a 2-minute chart so we could get a better idea here. Now, what you want to notice, just that I'll point out right away, is that we had this KP here at 4280.5, and then another one way up here at 430250. Both of these would have been new all-time highs. And then the next one is way down here at 4650. So really, really big gap in prediction points. And that generally means one of two things. If the gap is too big, or there's not a lot of momentum to carry the market, from one of these big gaps in prediction points to the next one, you can tend to get a little bit of just kind of a little bit like the market's kind of just wandering around or consolidating, like it's not really going a lot of anywhere. If you can start to see some volatility, then it can really move to those into those prices when volatility starts to pick up. So today, what I said, let's just go back and recap, and you could go back and watch the video, which was I started recording about right here, about 5 minutes into the trading session for the day, and so you could go back and watch that. And I haven't changed anything here on my chart; it's still highlighted where we talked about. And so I basically, I did redraw this area. Originally, I had drawn in, let me just fix that. So 73.50 to down to 71. And then I had also drawn in, I think it was maybe 70 down to like 68.50 or something like that. Anyway, we could go back and watch that, but I changed that as things got underway and they probed up to right there. I went ahead and changed that, and then I brought it, and I'll show you, when I ended up doing that. But basically, went ahead and changed this. So when things started to break below here, I was looking for that. So what did we talk about? We said that this morning, if they came down into this area, they could hold somewhere in here, but we said the more important thing would be watch. Let's move this like this. This area, 62350, and I gave you an area that was basically between 64 down to 62, and I said watch that area right around this midpoint. Now, where did we get that? So, just to make sure you're following along at home. So, where does that come from? Well, we have this. Let's just go ahead and erase this. We have this prediction point up here at 80.50, and at the time the market had never traded that high. We gave this on Sunday. Market had never ever traded that high. And then right here we had this prediction point at 46.50. And we just draw a fib in between there, and that midway point between these two prices gives us 63.5. And then I looked back and I said this area was of interest, and so I said watch that 64 to 62 area. Okay, so that's where all of that came from. And then we said that we would expect that they'd move up to 80 half and eventually 42.88 plus. So what happened? The low here of the day was 64 quarter, just a tick off of 64. So missed the low by a tick. But if you're trading, or if you've been around at all, we talk all the time about generally if we have an area that we're looking to buy or sell off of, we generally want to be a tick or two in front of it instead of trying to trade right at that price. So 64 quarter, and also you had a lot of this is 2 minutes, so you had a lot of opportunity here if you wanted it in this area. And then what happened? They broke up above the 73 quarter right here, and it came up, came back down, probed 73 quarter by one tick, so held 73 here. And then this move up here was another 9 points off of there up to 82, which is the current all-time high. Okay. So since then, the market's pulled back here just a little bit. And I'll do this just for real briefly. Let's just go look at tomorrow's prices. And I ran this morning already, and I already knew what things looked like for tomorrow, which is kind of more of the same. What you'll notice is that we have a CP up here at 88, and we have a KP all the way down here at 53. So let's throw the fib in between here, okay? And see what we get. That midpoint is going to move up a bit. You see that? So 70 half. So ideally, it would be great if they would hold above the 70 half. And it's not out of the question that we could come back into the 61 quarter area. And much lower than that, we obviously have. But notice here, 3 KPs, a bunch of, we have a bunch of CPs here. So there's a lot going on down in this area. So highly unlikely the bottom falls out of it or anything like that. So up here we have 80 half, ironically, which was also the top of the where the KP was from today. Then we have this 88 quarter, which still not sure that'll be enough if they can push to there. Midpoint here would be, so this 92 half area, pay attention, right? So between here and here, pay attention to that, potentially just a probe up into that area. If they don't break that, there's room for some to the downside. If we get some selling, watch this midpoint, 97 3/4. If they can get up above there, there's some room up into here or here, and obviously some room to go. I'll come back in the morning and likely say a lot of the same things. Not sure, how much of this will play out overnight. But we'll be back. We'll see how things change overnight, and I will do a video in the morning, and we'll go from there. So hopefully this morning's video is helpful, and you're able to catch some of this move up here at the end of the day. And I'll see you in the morning for the pre-market walkthrough. Have a great rest of your day.